Hi, so lately on my channel, I've been sharing a lot about my ayahuasca experiences, and I've been getting the question a lot, where do you get ayahuasca? And so I decided I'm going to address this question today. Hi, I'm Simone. I'm the Zen Mommy. I help people with 5D Ascension and Creator God Awakening, and thank you for watching today. So I've been getting this question a lot, and I feel like, okay, so where do I start with this? So I get the question a lot. So first and foremost, I need to say this since I'm talking about this a lot. I This particular plant is considered illegal in the United States and other countries too. Not all countries, but to ask me that question and expect the answer, um, that's putting me at risk. I could get in a lot of trouble. So, number one, I have to clarify I am not recommend that you do anything. I am simply sharing my experience. That's what I'm doing. However, if you feel like this is a journey you want to take on, there's a few things you should know about this. Now, ayahuasca, when you take the plant, you're going into a spiritual relationship with this entity. And this relationship begins the moment you desire and set intentions to take the plant. And if you want to manifest it in your life, you need to be willing to take that journey. See, no one is just going to give it to you. We respect the plant way too much. Like, I respect the plant. Let me tell you something. Ayahuasca won't allow me to just tell everybody, to just give it to anybody, number one. And especially not talk about it on YouTube so that anybody see it. It's not for everybody. It's a personal journey. It's a personal relationship. And you have to connect to this entity. So I'll share my experience. So I had heard about ayahuasca, and I had a friend had an experience, and he was like, well, I remembered this stuff. I remembered some things, and I was thinking, all my life I had questions. I was in Christianity. I read everything in the Bible. They still couldn't answer my questions. They just gave me more questions. And when I heard about being able to go to another dimension, something in me knew that I would get my answers, and I wanted to have this experience. And so I remember right after he told me about that, I got serious thinking, I really want to take this. I really want to do this. And, I started getting visions of being in the Amazon and taking ayahuasca. And I was just like, this is weird. I'm getting visions of the Amazon. And so I remember really desiring it, really having the intent to have this plant medicine experience. Okay. So this is what I mean. The relationship begins soon as you desire. Um, and the way it happened to me is I set intentions. Okay, so there are retreats in Costa Rica. There's this one retreat. It costs like thousands of dollars, or like $14,000. It's like a luxury retreat. And it's actually the only place I know of, but I don't recommend it because number one, I was thinking, oh my God, this is only for rich people. That's the first thing I thought. I can't afford this. And I was kind of discouraged at first, but I was just like, you know what? Ayahuasca is a spirit, is a being, and we can connect to it without taking it at any time. And this ayahuasca, she knew that we had an appointment, that a relationship. And what happened with me was I had a series of events that week that I magically happened to end up with ayahuasca by that weekend. I came in contact with a shaman, and and that's kind of how my experience came. He kind of trained me a little, and that's how it worked for me. Okay, um, for you, you have to go on this journey yourself. I can't. The thing is, the plant, it's not accessible like that. See, this plant is very particular, very finicky. She will only allow certain people to touch her. She will only allow certain people to cultivate her. And you would have to get it from a shaman, most likely in Costa Rica. And in order to do that, I do not recommend you to do it yourself. Although I have self-administered, I did do it myself every time. But this is not an experience I recommend because, I don't know your life, and I don't know your medical history, your mental history. I don't know anything like that. So I'm not going to be on here telling anyone like, oh, you should do it and you got to go get it here. No, I'm not going to do it. It may not be for you, but if it is for you, that's an intention you can set. But you have to be very respectful. Let me tell you, the moment I came in contact with the plant, let me tell you something. It's serious. You feel the presence, the energy of this entity the moment you come in contact with it. And if she does not want you to touch her, you cannot touch her. I remember one time she didn't want me to touch her, and I was frozen in my steps I was trying to move forward, and I was gonna put it away, and she stopped me, and I was like, all of a sudden I started feeling faint. I was like, I gotta sit down for a moment. So, and if and besides that, you have to have an extreme amount of respect for this plant. You have to handle it as if it's a sacred entity, and you can't just okay, I just remember what I was going to say. So you can't just approach her any old way. So because I did this by myself, I had to learn some lessons with ayahuasca. Like she immediately joined me on this journey and started teaching me. She started teaching me how to respect her, how to touch her, how not to come, with like just approaching the plant. You have to be in a certain energy. If you are stressed out, vibration too low, been fasting too hard and starving, she will not be happy. I remember one time I was fasting, I was starving, I was in a rush, and I was so ready. I was on my way. Me and my husband, we were dropping off our child. We were going to a place to do Aya, and I remember I was rushing and I was starving, and I remember all of a sudden, this is hours, I started getting nauseous. All of a sudden I started throwing up. And I'm like, what's wrong? And I tell my husband, I said, I don't think I'm going to be able to do it today. And I was getting so sick. I didn't understand why am I getting sick just hours before I'd have this plant medicine experience. And then I calmed down for a second. And I listened to some music. And then the music got me in a high vibration. I was kind of singing along and I was feeling good. Soon as I got in a high vibration, ayahuasca started talking to me, like clear as day. She said, you cannot approach me any kind of way. You cannot come to me starving, stressed out, or hungry. You will not be doing plant medicine with me if you are in a low frequency like that. She told me to go eat some food before even considering doing it that day. And I just, I remember saying, we got to eat. And then we ate, and, I waited. And it ended up being a beautiful experience when I did finally do it. And so, like, this has been the journey for me. Like I've had to learn, like she had to teach me how to approach her, how to handle her, how to work with her. So you have to understand that I respect this entity. I respect this plant and I respect the journey. So I'm not going to give any suggestions as to how to get it. All I can say is go on the journey for yourself. Look for some kind of, there's plant medicine retreats everywhere. I only know of like one famous one, but there's little ones around in most towns, you know. And I wouldn't know where they are, but you have to connect to this being, okay? You're on a spiritual journey. You're a spirit, okay? If you haven't accepted that yet, maybe you're not ready for this. You can connect to this entity and y'all can create this relationship together. The first time I took ayahuasca, I saw that this day was meant to happen, that this was planned for a long time. She was waiting for me. She knew that this day was coming and she already knew me and knew everything about me. And so it's a spiritual relationship. So, you know, it's not a drug. It's not a party drug. It's not, ooh, I want to trip out. No. Let me tell you something. If you have that intentions, you'll get ayahuasca and she'll do nothing for you. If you have the wrong intentions, she will not give you an experience. You know, I remember once trying to, when I started to realize I can't just give it to anybody. There was two people I was gonna give plant medicine to. I was gonna administer it to them, and they're like, "Yeah, we want plant medicine. We want plant medicine." And then they wanted to bring a third friend, and ayahuasca said no. I was like, oh, she said no. So I had to tell them, look, I don't think so. It was hard for me, but I had to speak up for the plant, you know, because she told me no. Okay. So I can't sit up here and be like, oh yeah, there's this location, there's this, I'm never going to tell you that. And so I know you guys keep asking me this question. I'm just going to link this video because there's nothing I can do about it. And so, yeah, so this is definitely a personal journey, a personal experience. And I believe it came to me so easy. I had no money, I had nothing, I couldn't afford a retreat. So when you go on this journey, you'll be able to connect. Ayahuasca will begin to show you a path to get to her. You like all of a sudden you might find a group that is doing, you know, an ayahuasca experience and you might meet somebody. So that's how it works. Everything aligns perfectly. Everything will align in synchronicity when the time is right. You know, don't rush it. Be patient. When it comes, it'll be the right time and it will be perfect. And, um, you know, I'm sharing this video because I'm going to be sharing a lot about my plant medicine experiences, you know. Um, I wanted to do the path of the shaman. You know, I can definitely hear the spirit of the plant really well. She communicates to me. I think I would be good at working with people. And, you know, it's a journey that I'm interested in, but I'm allowing I'm allowing spirit to guide me, you know. When I do have a way, you know, to host any kind of retreats, I will be sharing it. You know, I will, you know, maybe one day you know, for subscribers, I'll have retreats available. Maybe, okay? But right now, I'm just sharing my experience. And if you listen to the experience and you feel you need it or you want it, remember, this is a personal relationship with a spirit being. And it starts the moment you want it. And it can come to you in the most magical ways. It doesn't matter if you're not rich, you can't fly to Costa Rica. When the time is right for you, it'll be time. Like literally, I remember she showed me, she was just like, this day was going to happen no matter what. This was like almost like a predestined thing, you know? And so it could be that way for you, right? Or maybe you don't, you know, maybe some people don't want to have the experience. But for those who do, and if you're serious and you're not just trying to, ooh, I want to get trippy, it's not like that. That's a disrespectful way to look at it. And so yeah, I honor this plant. I respect this plant and my spiritual relationship with it. And I truly believe that you need to honor and respect the plant and begin your journey by starting your spiritual relationship by connecting to the plant. And I promise you, if it's meant to be, it will happen. It really will. But as far as recommending something, I really can't help you, And like I said, I'm a YouTuber. There are rules here. I can't, I don't want to get any strikes. I'm not getting my channel taken down, not for that reason. And besides, it wouldn't be wise of me to just recommend it to anybody. Like I said, I don't know your health condition. I don't know your mental condition. You know, I can easily see you can become really ungrounded with the ayahuasca experience. It took me a minute to get some things together. I had opened up my third eye. I was getting visions around me 360. I was going for moments. I was so ungrounded. I would often feel like I was floating in other realities. And so it took me a while to ground and like to get, out of that. And some people, like I said, someone came to me once and they's like, my friend took ayahuasca and now he's going crazy because he can't separate the fact. See, you can't separate the fact. When you realize you're all one and then you come back into this body, you really feel like I remember I talked to a group of friends on Skype after my ayahuasca experience, and I felt so weird because I was like, oh my God, they're all me. I'm talking to myself. That's how I felt, right? That's how I felt. It was so hard. So I can see a person getting into that and not being able to snap out of it. So it's really, you have to integrate. This is why I say you do need to do it with a shaman, because a shaman is good with helping guide you through the experience and integrating this experience into your regular life. And so yeah, it took me a while to it's not something I would recommend. I wouldn't want anybody to say, oh, see, my man took ayahuasca and now I have all these visions, I can't handle it. No. It's a personal thing. So I hope that this is helpful. If it's something you want to do, like I said, you can start this journey whenever you want. It's a spiritual journey. And, if you do end up taking it, let me know. Let me know about it. I'd love to hear about it. I really like sharing this experience. So hopefully like sharing, some of my ayahuasca experience and visions. Sometimes it can help you understand yours maybe. And anyways, thank you for watching. If you resonate with my channel and the things that I talk about, don't forget to sign up for my email list so we can stay connected, and have a nice day.